Hey everybody, this is Fat Cat Pauline, and I'm going to do a video that's a little different from the ones I usually do. I often do build challenges, so I wanted to do something a little different and talk about ways to make The Sims more fun. It's a very open-ended game, and therefore a lot of people are like, I don't know what to do. They'll start out and they'll build a house. I used to be one of these people. They'll build a house and they'll put a sim in it, and then that sim will meet another sim, and then they'll have a family, and that's it. And I've been that person. I'm also a person who does not have the patience to play those long challenges. The challenges where you're doing 10 generations or 100 babies or a different color every generation, and all these things you need to be looking at a list. I don't want to be looking at a list while I'm playing a game. I want to be able to just play. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I do to make the game fun. And the first thing I'm going to do, my first idea is to use the loading screens to decide your game. So we're going to take her here and we're going to read the loading screen, which says information about your Sims can be found in the info panels at the bottom right. And since that was not helpful at all, we're going to travel again. We're going to go to the Blue Velvet. And okay, handy Sims can use the woodworking table to make their own furniture and sculptures. So that means if you're playing this challenge, when you get a loading screen, that you immediately, your Sim has to buy a woodworking table. You read what it's on it, and that's what they do. Every time they travel, they have to do something else. Now I'm going to let her sit here and play the piano for a minute while we talk about some of the other things. That's challenge number one. But also, you can play rags to riches challenges, which I find very fun. She just take them to a bar. She's looks like she's wearing her bathrobe, but I think that actually is her coat. Take them to a bar, let them play the piano. She's already made $4. You can have them dumpster dive, and they can sell the things they get, or they can use them to furnish their home. Another fun one that I saw Maeve Plays do the other day, I thought this one was great. She played one where she built a fence around the entire property, and the Sim could not leave the property. Now, she had a different fence than I do. I don't have that fence. But you fence them in, you know? My life inside the fence. And then eventually she gets a job where she has to stay inside the fence. I think what Maeve did was one of the fashion consultant jobs where she talks to people who are walking by and interviews them and manages to get enough money to build a house. And so that's a rags to riches challenge you can do with them fenced in. I think that's really cool. But I want to show you another challenge that I like to do. It's called the Pre-Made Rooms Rags to Riches Challenge. And what you would do is start your Sim out with a room, one of the pre-styled rooms, which are here, and you just pick one and you just put it on the property, and then that's where she lives. So then she would work at her jobs or dig things up or whatever she wants to do to earn money. And then once she earns money, then you buy her another pre-made room. So you don't buy the individual items, you buy a room. So we would buy another room and put that over here. So now she has a bathroom. I would rotate that. So now she has a bedroom and a bathroom, and then eventually, you get an entire house. That's a fun challenge. I really enjoy that one. You can do any kind of rags to riches challenge. You can do one where they start with nothing and they don't have a room and they just have to make money and build a house. There's plenty of ways to make money in The Sims. Fishing is one of the ways you can make money. You can gather things once they populate in. It takes a little while of being in the world before a lot of the plants come in, but you can harvest vegetables and fruit. You can dig up things like she just did. I don't see anything. Okay, here's one. There's a wild rose bush. So when that blooms, she'll be able to harvest that and then sell it You can also play a rags to riches where they have to go into, they have to get a table to sell it. They can't sell it from their inventory. Salvadoran craft sales table, that'll work. So you would put this out here and then you would sell some of the things, you stock the table and you sell some of the things that you've made. She doesn't have anything in her inventory to put on it and sell, but that's the idea, that you can't sell from inventory. Some people like to play that to make rags to riches a little harder. I don't. I find that so difficult. Since we're going to talk about her a little bit more. I'm going to give her a pre-made kitchen so she can eat, because I don't want to build her a kitchen right now. Just going to stick this over here. But she can eat and she can sleep and she can take a bath. So her needs are met while we talk about her. Okay, another thing that you can do is you can say, okay, at the beginning of your game, you can say, okay, this sim is going to marry the mail carrier. You can lie in wait for that poor mail carrier to walk by and put your mail in here. Or you can say they're going to marry the first person that walks into their yard. Or they could marry a delivery person or a repair person or a firefighter or St. Nick. I've even heard you can marry the Grim Reaper, but I don't know if you can. You can shorten up some of the challenges that other people have made. I did a 26 baby challenge and I named them A to Z. I started with Aiden, I ended up with Zane, and my sim had 26 babies. And then she settled down with the guy that she liked the most after all of that. She had 26 babies with different partners. You could also have a couple who's going to have 26 babies and name them A to Z. You could name their names A and Z names, and then it's fun coming up with all those baby names. I think you can do one that I've been doing a lot lately is having them have a little house that has nothing in it, and they have to decorate it from the dumpster and possibly from digging up things out of the ground. Things like that are fun, all free. We didn't pay anything for anything in our house. The only thing that you don't get, things like garbage cans and lights, and you'd have to get a fire alarm on your own. There's not everything is in the dumpster, but it's a pretty fun little thing to do. I like to do it. You can say at the beginning of your play that you're going to have your sim go to Oasis Springs, and I will show you where you can go to get a violin. We're going to go to the Desert Bloom Park in Oasis Springs, and we're going to go fishing, and we're going to try to catch a Stradivarius violin, and I'll show you where you do that. Kind of have to go up on the hill and to this fishing hole, and you can get, sometimes, quite frequently, you can get a Stradivarius violin. So she's going to come up here and do that. Let's see, what else can you do? Oh, right here is a place you can try to do. She caught a cow plant. And we could just go with that. Whatever she catches, you could make that I'm going to play now. I'm going to be a gardener and have a cow plant if you want to go that route. Or you could do your handiness skill. You need handiness skill level 10 to break this open and go into a secret world. That's a lot of fun to make as a challenge, and it is hard to get your handiness score up to 10. Let me tell you, I have tried that before. It's a lot of work. But anyway, this is where you can get the violin. She didn't get it, but if I were playing this, as a challenge and not just doing a video about other challenges, I would have her try again until she was miserable, of course, because that's what we do to our Sims. You could do a rags to riches challenge where they can only make money with one way of making money, like they can only paint and that's all they can do. Or you could make one where they're trying to do all of them. You can play a scenario and you can add a rags to riches challenge to the scenario. Or you could say, okay, I'm going to do that get rich scenario and I'm also going to have 26 babies. Or you could say, I'm going to do the get rich scenario, but I'm going to go and make my house haunted. You can make it a haunted house residential. Or you can just add spooky over here. Make it an earthquake zone. Make it cursed. Make it have gremlins and creepy crawlies and be filthy. You can do all of them. I've seen James Turner on his channel do one where there were all of them. I'm going to add some good things for her. Good soil, the gnomes to repair everything the gremlins break, and let's see, penny pixie, so maybe she'll get some money out of it. So you can do that to your sim. You can add on to the scenarios that they have. They only have 2 right now, so you can add on to them. Make them do rags to riches at the same time. Make them, I did this the other day, make them completely furnish their house from the dumpster while they are trying to become friends again. Or, just pile it up on your poor sim. She's exhausted. She went to sleep in her yard. I guess she probably doesn't want to go in the house because it's haunted. I wouldn't want to either. Let's see, what else can we do? Oh, a note about clubs. You can use clubs to... Oh my gosh, look, the gremlins have attacked. It's horrible. You can use clubs to help your Sims make money. I was going to say help your friends make money. To help your Sims make money, you can use clubs, and you can have like a painting club, and they can all come over and paint. And then you can sell their paintings. If you want to, if your Sim needs friendship, or, in this case, for this particular Sim, she's got a hard life going on right now. We're going to start a new club, and it's going to be called the Help Me Survive Club. And we're going to help her survive her haunted house, and we're going to help her repair her things. So there's a handiness. So we're going to have them come over and fix objects, and then we're going to have them... There's cleaning. I know cleaning is somewhere. So let's look at home things. Clean. They can come over and they can clean and fix objects at her house. They can help her with her gardening. There's all kinds of things that they can do together, and it helps them with their social skills. They can paint together. That's a nice one to have on there. And I'm thinking, oh, they can cook. They can come over and cook for her. They'll cook, they'll clean. I know gardening is on here too. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it's under hobbies. Outdoor, maybe. Tend garden is on here somewhere. Okay, so if she has a garden, her club members will come over and help her with the weeding and the watering. So she doesn't have to hire anyone. This is a haunted house, so it's continually dark, if you wonder why it looks so dark. But anyway, those were my ideas for ways to make it more fun or more difficult. That's all I have for you, and I'd like to see if you try some of it. Let me know. And if it makes your Sims game more fun, definitely let me know. And I'll see you next time. Bye.